Hello, my name's Sam Robson, and I'm the Medical Director of Temple Clinic and co-founder of the Temple V and Temple Vitality lifestyle programs. This webinar looks at the importance of fibre and how we can incorporate more into our daily diet. Bear with me over the first couple of slides as I explain some of the science which underpins the importance of fibre. I will then be talking about what effect fibre has on our health and how we can get more into our diet. The practical aspects are always more meaningful and perhaps more interesting than the theory. So, what is fibre? It's actually a complex carbohydrate that is found in plant cells that can't be digested or absorbed by the small intestine. Fibre has certain characteristics which include fermentability. This describes the rate and extent to which the fibre is broken down by our gut bacteria. Solubility, which means how soluble it is in water and other liquids within the gut, and viscosity, which relates to how thick and gel-like the fibre becomes in water. These three properties influence what happens in the body once the fibre is eaten, and the positive effects of that fibre consumption. Almost all fibres contain these properties, but in different proportions, and it is this combination which ultimately determines their effects. So having touched on the properties of fibre, I'm now going to touch on the differences between the main three types of fibre. The significance of this should soon become apparent. The main types of dietary fibre are firstly soluble. This type of fibre, which can be found in oats, peas, beans, apples, citrus fruits, carrots, barley, leeks, asparagus, and nuts. This soluble fibre means it dissolves in your digestive system to form a gel-like substance. This can then be digested by friendly bacteria in the large intestine. Soluble fibre also tends to have a high viscosity. This means it softens the stools and makes them easier to pass when going to the toilet. The second type of fibre is classed as being insoluble. Now, in contrast to soluble fibre, insoluble fibre doesn't dissolve in the gut and so can't be digested. This means it adds bulk to your stools, and this stools helps food to be pushed through your digestive system. Sources of insoluble fibre include wheat, bran, brown rice, cauliflower, potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, and nuts. Finally, let's look at resistant starch. This type of starch is classed as a fibre because it isn't digested in either your stomach or your small intestine, but instead is a source of food for the friendly bacteria in your colon and so boosts gut health. Resistant starch is found in potatoes that have been cooked then cooled, in green bananas, cashew nuts, and raw oats. It's thought to bulk up stools and also speed their journey through the colon. So as you may appreciate by now, getting enough fibre isn't just about encouraging regular bowel movements, but it's also important to support the friendly gut bacteria which live in our large intestine. The type of fibre which acts as food for these bacteria is called a prebiotic, which means it feeds bacteria, and the next couple of slides will discuss this further. So as mentioned in the previous slide, a prebiotic is a type of fibre. To be classified as a prebiotic, the fibre must pass through the gut undigested and stimulate the growth and/or activity of certain good bacteria in the large intestine. Resistant starch and soluble fibre are good examples of prebiotics. So you may ask yourself, why would we want to feed or encourage the growth of any bacteria in our gut? Let me explain. Prebiotics are fermented in the large colon by the good bacteria and produce a group of substances which we can refer to as postbiotics. This means they are produced by bacteria. Now, postbiotics are actually small chain fatty acids such as butyrate. Butyrate is very useful for the gut cells and leads to various improvements in the function of your digestive system, including the enhanced absorption of minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and iron. Butyrate also lowers the risk of colon cancer. And butyrate and other short-chain fatty acids that aren't used by the cells in your gut travel to your bloodstream, liver, and the rest of your body, where they can have various beneficial effects, reducing inflammation, improving immunity, and helping you to keep slim. The fermentation process within the gut and the small-chain fatty acids themselves also inhibit the growth of the bad bacteria. Having an imbalance of good and bad bacteria in the microbiome is otherwise known as dysbiosis. These bad bacteria do not produce helpful postbiotics and have been associated with allergy, inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, diabetes, and even cancer. So more generally, we can see that fibre has many effects on our health and all mediated by the digestive processes already described. As a reminder, firstly, fibre has a direct impact on gut health, including constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, such as ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and colon cancer. Secondly, fibre can support your heart health. A 2010 study by Australia's University of Queensland found that soluble fibre can reduce levels of blood cholesterol, lowering the risk of heart disease and strokes. Meanwhile, a 2015 study reported that eating a high fibre diet is associated with lower blood pressure. Thirdly, fibre can help you regulate your blood sugar. Australian researchers also found that soluble fibre slows the rate at which sugar is absorbed into your blood, helping to blunt blood sugar spikes. It is thought it does this by delaying the rate at which your stomach empties of food. Fourthly, fibre can help you manage your weight. Fibre helps you feel fuller, satisfying your appetite. A 2015 study in the Annals of Internal Medicine reported that people who made it their goal to eat 30 grams of fibre a day lost an average 2.1 kilos after 12 months. Fifthly, fibre can support your mental health. Low intake of dietary fibre appears to be associated with a higher risk of developing depression. While this association is incompletely understood, it may be that fibre reduces inflammation and has beneficial effects on brain neurotransmitters. So overall, you can see that fibre may help you live longer. A 2019 report in The Lancet found that people eating more than 25 grams of fibre per day are 15 to 30% less likely to die from any cause. This includes heart disease and diabetes. People who ate more fibre had lower blood pressure, lower weight, and lower cholesterols. So having established that fibre is important, the burning question is how much fibre is enough. Adults need 30 grams a day according to the NHS, but most people only get 18 grams. Children need different amounts depending on their age. So between 2 to 5 years, they need 15 grams per day. From 5 to 11 years, that's 20 grams, and from 11 to 16 years, 25 grams. Now in the next couple of slides, I've detailed the fibre content found in some different foods. So let's look at fruit. This slide shows you the fibre content in various fruits, and we can see it varies from passion fruit, which contains 10 grams per 100 grams, raspberries contain 6.5 grams per 100 grams, blackberries 5 grams per 100 grams, pears 3.1 grams, and apple fibre 2.4 grams per 100 grams. Now let's look at vegetables. We have artichokes, which have 5.4 grams per 100 grams, Brussels sprouts 3.8 grams, carrots 2.8 grams, kale 2 grams, cabbage fibre 2.5 grams. This slide shows you the fibre content found in legumes, and you can see that legumes have significantly more fibre than most fruit and vegetables. We have black beans that have 16 grams per 100 grams, chickpeas 7.6 grams, and split peas have 8.3 grams. And finally, here's the fibre content in some other high fibre foods. Just look at chia seeds with 34.4 grams per 100 grams, and even popcorn, which we tend to dismiss as being healthy, contains 14.5 grams per 100 grams. So if we want to eat more fibre and improve our health, it isn't just about eating more beans and vegetables, although that is obviously the goal. You actually need to increase your intake slowly to allow your gut to adjust. You want to avoid creating symptoms like bloating and gas, which may put you off making this change to your diet. And you should also remember to drink more fluids. Fibre absorbs water, so you need to drink enough to keep your stools soft. Aim for 8 to 10 glasses of fluid, ideally water, per day. You could also try these high fibre ideas, such as making your own muesli with rolled oats, nuts, seeds and sliced banana, or stirring beans and lentils into stews, curries and sauces. Why not try overnight oats or traditional porridge with toppings such as natural yogurt, chopped banana and fruit? And when having a jacket potato, eat the whole potato, including the skin. You could choose whole grain versions of starchy carbohydrates, including rice, pasta and bread, and you could swap starchy carbs for fibre-rich alternatives such as plant-based pasta or quinoa. Finally, let's not forget snacks. Why not snack on oatcakes, vegetable sticks, nuts and seeds, all rich sources of fibre? So in summary, there are numerous health benefits to increasing the amount of fibre in your diet. Not only will this improve your digestive health and gut function, but you will also be positively supporting your good gut bacteria, which leads to widespread benefits throughout the body. Thank you.